Aren't you Hawke? Emmerich left not long ago. He said you'd arranged to meet tonight.
That's clearly not a good sign.
Perhaps you're mistaken.
I am not mistaken. You sent him a message a half hour ago. Look.
I didn't send this.
You didn't? Strange.
That's not a good sign.
Well, I don't know. Emmerich's been acting strangely for months. It's probably just a misunderstanding.
No, lady, it's clearly not a misunderstanding. Usually, we all know what happens in stories is that when someone gets a letter that's not written by the original person in mind, it's clearly an ambush and that they're gonna get jumped. One way or another. So, this is Kit Kat Paddywhack, and we are back for another episode of Dragon Age 2. Let's play in Act 2. So what happened in the previous episode was we started up Night Terrors where Feynriel's in trouble, so his mom came to us to help save him. And then there was Emmerich where he needed help following up on the investigation with the missing women. And then there was giving Fenris a book of Shartan, which is about slaves, and since he's on the friendship path, it was nice not having to deal with his cranky self.
It's not always fun and games on the sea, though. There are storms and hostile pirates. And it's trying being cooped up with men who haven't seen a woman in months. You're a woman? Exactly. And I don't usually let them touch me, so they get frustrated. I insist all of them get alone time. Helps with the crankiness. They're already lonely. Why would you insist they be alone some more? Peril. What? Did I miss something? Go think about it. Maybe it'll come to you.
So yeah, Fenris being cranky. I think he's one of the few people who's like even more outright cranky if you give him a gift, because he thinks you're totally mocking him if you're on the rivalry path. But right now we're going to the alienage to start up Night Terrors, and this episode will be about Night Terrors because it's a very long quest. So in order to do that, I'm gonna have to rearrange the party. I see Varric's already maxed out on his friendship, but yeah, I gotta rearrange the party so then I don't lose too many members when I go. I guess I could just switch it up, but then I think even if I took Isabella and... No, if I took Isabella, Aveline, and Anders with me, I would only lose Isabella. I still don't like Anders though, so nah.
You know, if you need advice on how to lay low, I can give you some.
Being short would make for an excellent start, I suspect.
Keep that up, Sirrah, and you can keep on hiding like a rank amateur.
What would you suggest, Varric? Cower in the shadows like a rat?
You could try wearing something that didn't scream, "I hate you all, I was a slave."
The markings would still show.
Really? Through anything? That's kinda cool.
There's our Varric, the voice of reason.
Thank the creators you came back in time. Marathari's here.
I came quickly, Ariane. I did not wish to tell you by letter how grave your son's situation is. The magic he possesses makes him what the Tevinters called Somniari, a dreamer. Dreamers have the power to control the beyond, what humans call the Fade. Feynriel is the first in 2 ages to survive.
Why are they so rare?
Dreamers have great power in the Fade. They attract demons. Luckily, most prove too frail of mind to survive a demon's possession. A dreamer abomination would be near unstoppable.
What exactly are we going to do here?
The elves of the Dales were experts in the Somniari arts. They could even help those with no power enter the Fade. I have done my best to recreate the ritual. We will use Feynriel's childhood home as a focus to draw him back through the veil.
So, if I do your ritual, I assume there's some kind of reward.
We will live. If that is not reward enough, perhaps you will accept the tome where I found this ritual. It should bring a fair price from the mages of the Circle. Now, Ariane, please excuse us. We must prepare.
Oh, of course.
There is more, I must tell you, that is not for her ears.
Is Feynriel in danger?
Indeed. And the danger may not come from what you think. Feynriel cannot become an abomination. The destruction he would cause is unimaginable. If you cannot save him from the demons, you must kill him yourself. A death in the Fade will make him what your circle calls tranquil. He will be no threat after.
I will not let him become a danger.
I wish you luck. Now, gather a team, and we will begin. Choose carefully, for all will face temptation.
Can I come? I'd love to see the ritual. And I promise I won't be a bother.
That's
I
what
have
she
no desire
says.
to explore the Fade, but if you need me, I will go.
I admit, I'm a little fascinated.
Let us begin.
Meryl wants to come, and yet, like every other companion, she's gonna fall into temptation. I mean, even Marathari said it
Is
herself.
this the temple of old? What an awful
See?
thing to
What the heck?
neglect.
Meryl gets 10 points of rivalry simply because you selected the phrase, I understand. I mean, I don't see what's wrong with that, because the phrase, I understand, should be, I understand what happens if Feynriel gets possessed and becomes an abomination. I didn't exactly outright say, I understand, I'm gonna go kill Feynriel, but then there was a bottom selection of, I can't do that to Feynriel. So there's 2 puzzles. Yeah, there's 2 actual puzzles in the Fade. There's like this barrel puzzle and then another barrel puzzle, and you have a limited amount of turns to mimic an existing formation of barrels, otherwise demons will pop out. But I was too lazy and I don't feel like looking up a guide or a video to do this, so I'm just guessing and doing my best to get all the big barrels at the bottom. But I'm just guessing based on the movement. And then there was like this book puzzle I was missing. Oh man. I knew it. I heard there was a flying book somewhere, but I'm not seeing it. And yeah, again, laziness. I don't feel like looking for the book. Very lame. And then here's the other barrel puzzle. You have to match up the barrels according to the red barrels and brown barrels arranged on the side. And then if you get it right, I think you get some kind of reward. I can't remember if it was like an item or attribute bonuses. I'm trying to go with the gist of the basic movement of the barrels. Where if you played one of those sliding puzzle games where you slide, where there's like one missing tile, and then you just shift all the tiles around. Wow, Meryl, you volunteered. You showed extreme enthusiasm to come into the Fade, and now you're like, I don't like it here. I'm like, why you even care? God. I thought about speeding it up or cutting out this footage altogether, but I thought maybe if you happen to be stuck on this puzzle, then you could check it out. Yay! I actually solved it. Now, the last time I did this puzzle, I actually failed, so I had to deal with the demons.
Well, it's rare to see two forgotten magics in one day. It's usually a slow place, the Fade. Not many surprises. I wasn't sure I'd like this one, but it has potential.
A sloth demon. Think active thoughts, like running and jumping and such.
Call me Torpor. I have a proposition that might interest you.
I will not give in to temptation, fiend.
Have it your way.
And then Meryl is upset with me just a tiny bit. I don't get it either because I thought for a moment she was actually cautious of the sloth demon, which is why she said think of happy thoughts, active thoughts. But then she's not happy that I didn't even at least cure out the demon. And why would I? Meritharia made it clear, do not make deals with demons. And yet she gets mad at me. So what's happening is that for some reason when I enter the Fade, I pretend to be whoever Feynriel knows.
Hard on the downstroke, then lift. Good. I'll have you scribing all my letters soon. If I'd known you were such a brave lad, I'd have brought you into the business years ago.
Does that mean I can come with you to Anthe, Father? Mother said maybe this summer. Right, Mother?
Your father never wanted anything to do with you. Don't trust him.
Why are you lying to me?
Don't listen, son. She's always been ashamed of you. She wanted you gone, so she could go back to the dailies. I'm the one who loves you.
But why can't I remember you?
This is a trick, Feynriel. He wants something from you.
Why? That's right. I spent my whole childhood waiting for you.
Your mother never allowed.
My mother loves me. She showed me the letters she wrote you. You never wrote back. And it was Mother who taught me to write, not you. I've never met you before. Who are you?
Don't question
me.
You turned him against me. Complete accident. I was trying to help, honest. You have cost me a dreamer.
But at least you will provide me a death.
So this is the room where Isabella or Aveline would have been tricked. But since I don't have either of them in my party, then it's not going to happen at all. So the key thing to remember when finishing this quest is that if you want to keep Feynriel alive, you have to let him figure out that he's being deceived by a demon on his own. And the obvious choice would be to pick the topmost answer all the time. At least, again, that's how I interpreted the whole Paragon Renegade concept, where the good choice will be at the top right, and then the bad choice be at the bottom right. If you pick mostly in the middle of the road, ambiguous, or outright, no, it's a trick kind of thing, then you're actually creating a negative effect for Feynriel. And I've seen it in some other Let's Plays and walkthroughs where the player would use the middle or bottom right option thinking that it's best to just outright tell Feynriel that it's a trick, but it actually doesn't benefit him. Because what happens is if you don't let him figure it out himself, he's not confident that he can control his powers, so he's not confident he can live and escape from the fate. I mean, yeah, sorry if it's spoilers, but Meredith already did tell you that you'd either have to kill Feynriel or not.
My people, I present to you our hope. His features may mark him as human, but in his heart beats the blood of the Dales. He came to us to learn his heritage, to release the power from a lineage as ancient as our race.
I don't know what to say.
This is a trick.
First Enchanter, what are you doing here? Mother told me the Dalish are honorable. Why would the Keeper lie?
Why would she entrust her people to a human?
You are one of us, Feynriel. Your magic will restore our greatness.
But you told me this magic was outlawed for a reason. Even the Dalish don't practice it anymore.
Could the elves trust you with the power to shape reality? Could you trust yourself?
Don't listen to him. The First Enchanter is trying to keep you from realizing your greatness.
Trying to keep me from temptation. Just like you were. You're not the Keeper. Be gone, fiend.
You. Why did you interfere?
With my power joined to his, Feynriel would have changed the world.
Have you ever seen an abomination? They are ugly.
You put such stock in appearances. Perhaps that is why your friend's loyalty only goes skin deep. You think this elf, with her innocent face, would turn down a demon's offer? She didn't before. How about it? Would you take what I offered the boy? Scion of the Dalish, savior of elvenkind.
Can you do that?
I am the greatest of my kind. Whatever tricks your little pet has taught you will pale in comparison.
All right. When he puts it that way.
I cannot put you ahead of the fate of my people.
You took my dreamer. Now you'll take his place.
Yep, totally wiped out. Okay, I know I played this game before, but it just doesn't get old for me with Meryl because she's all enthusiastic, but the first time I played through it, I was genuinely shocked that she still fell into temptation, even though I should have known that ahead of time.
I'm not sure if this is real. If so, it is the second time I owe you my life. The Fade feels different now. I see the stitches, the seams holding it together. I feel I could wake at any moment.
Dreamers control the Fade, and the dreams of people in it.
I see why the Chantry fears us. I've heard tales of Magisters who stalk their enemies and use their own dreams to destroy them. You're right. I must master it. Find someone to study under. The Dalish do not have what I need. Perhaps Tevinter. If these powers can be trained, it would be there.
This is a far cry from the sniveling boy we pulled from those slavers. He may be ready.
My mother would not look kindly on such a journey. Can you give her my farewell?
May the Maker guide your path, Feynriel.
Perhaps. There is a way out of this. I can do this.
Feynriel has mastered his powers.
Then he lives. You saved him. I cannot thank you enough. Keeper Marathari, may I return with you to the Sunderlands? I would like to ask for my son's forgiveness.
Of course. It was you who chose to stay away.
I need my payment.
The boy is safe, and there was talk of a reward.
I truly did not think what you did was possible. You are a rare human indeed.
You have my apologies. It is easy to forget that one cannot bind demons with words.
Your friend awakened here some time ago. No one is immune to a demon's offer. You accomplished a miracle with Feynriel. This book belonged to the last dreamer of our tribe. It has a rare magic beyond price. Please, accept it with my gratitude.
Okay guys, this will be another episode, so you can like, subscribe, or follow my Twitter page. So until then, see you guys later.